This is a morning update. I ended up working after dark for a little while last night, but I just got too tired to keep going. So I've got gravel all the way down to my gravel forms here, and you can see how much gravel is left to put in. I've got to put the gravel all the way up to the top of this board. So both sides got quite a few inches to go. But I'm going to switch gears and try to get the forming up for the first half, or 60 or 70%. And I just already started. I brought my forms over here, and just 2x4s, and I'm attaching them together with another 2x4. And I've got this one started. I was just getting ready to put this one together and thought I should go ahead and video before I get too far along. And then after I get this screwed together, I will put my stakes in the ground and get the forms to the right elevation. And then I've got to cut rebar. I already went this morning to Lowe's and picked up, I think, 20 bags of concrete. That should only get me about 20 feet, but that's all that I could put in my car, since I've still got probably half a ton of gravel left on the trailer. So I'm just trying to make do with what I have, and we've got rain coming tonight and tomorrow. My goal today is to get this end boxed in, put the fill underneath it, and get the gravel put in. If it does rain a lot, then I'm just going to be rained out. But if it only rains a little bit, I will go ahead and try to pour this, and then I'll just keep it covered, because the great thing about having the slides here is this one is completely covered for this 8 feet or so, and this one is mostly covered, so I can rig up some plastic to keep it covered if it's raining on it. That's my plan anyway. We'll see if it works out. Just trying to get this lined up as good as I can. To put these together, I'm just using 2.5-inch all-purpose screws with a T25 bit. It makes it a lot easier to remove later on. In fact, I think most of these screws that I'm using now, I used on the other side, just using them again. I end up putting in 2 on each board, and that seems to be enough to keep them together. Of course, you can't pick it up and carry it like that. That's why I'm assembling it here on the ground. So one of the things, when I remove the forms, I have to take these boards off, take them apart one at a time to be able to remove the forms. Plus, I mean, I could be rough with it and get them off all in one piece, but I want to be able to continue to reuse these boards in the future. When I look back down at that board that I just put together, it's crooked as could be, but as I raise it and put it on the stakes, it'll straighten out. Well, that's 24 feet of board put together, so that's a pretty good start for now. I'm not sure if I can fit one more board on there with the stone that I've already got in or not. I'll do some measuring and see. I just measured where the end of another board would go. And I was comparing it to how much gravel I've already got to put in, but the next board would come to about right in here. And as you can see, I've got to come up probably 2.5 inches there. So I'm going to go ahead and get another load of gravel put down here and compact it, so at least I can put in 4 complete boards, and then I'll only have, I'm thinking, 9 feet left after that. Let's add some more. Well, I got that load of gravel put in the forms here and compacted, and I've already got my next form ready. So this one right here has the cutouts for the rebar to extend into the next pour, and that end will attach to here, and that should give me 32 feet of concrete that'll be at least formed up, and then I can start putting the rebar in. Well, I've worked all day on this project, and I finally got this end filled in. The more I got to thinking about it, I wanted to have everything finished down this end before the rain gets here tonight, and maybe rain again tomorrow. And I might be able to still work through rain showers and stuff, getting the forms up. And I'm still going to work on it some tonight. The last thing I have to do right now is just to screw on another form board here to go to the end and put a cap on there, and then that means then the concrete form on top of this gravel form is done. I don't have enough concrete to pour all of this at once anyway, but I'm going to figure out a way to go get more bags and be able to keep it dry so I can have all the bags that I think I would need here. I think, ordinarily for 41 feet of 1 foot wide concrete, and I've said this in a previous video, that's 4 inches thick. You pretty much need 1 bag for every square foot, which is 1 bag per linear foot. And so for 41 feet, I should have 41 bags. And that, of course, is if everything is perfectly 4 inches thick. And I know it's not the case. Some of it's going to be a little thicker than that. On the previous side, I ended up using 46 bags. And I know some of the gravel was not up as far, but I just decided to go ahead, instead of continuing to try to haul gravel and compact it in, that I'd go ahead and use the concrete. I don't know if that was a good decision or not, but you can't really tell the difference when you're pouring bag after bag. So anyway, my goal right now is to have 47 bags on hand, and I've already got, I think, 17 bags, so I need 30 more bags. So if I can get 30 more bags on the trailer, again, well, the reason I haven't just already gone and gotten gravel, gotten concrete, I'm tired, that's for sure, gotten concrete on the trailer, is I've still got this much gravel left. I'm guessing that's, I don't know if it's maybe half a ton. It's still quite a bit when you start putting it in wheelbarrows, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that. This is where our building, we've ordered a 12 by 12 building, and you can see the 4 orange stakes that I have there. I could go ahead and start putting it down on that, but I would rather end up grading this a little bit more and get it closer to level before I ended up just trying to level it up with stone. Lots of decisions to make. I think we're just going to go ahead and call that a wrap for this video. On the way out, hit that thumbs up button, encourage us, and subscribe to the channel so you can watch us develop this raw land up here where our house is going to be into our homestead. See you next time at Swan Branch.